Hi, I'm Bill Fields, Director of System Engineering at Emulex. I want to talk about a couple of things. Reliability and performance, because there are a couple of myths that we can dispel with respect to performance, and there are a couple of things I can clear up with respect to reliability. When I talk about component reliability, I really don't want to get into spitting out numbers with respect to mean time between failure. When we talk about those numbers, while they are valid and they're based on number of operational hours in production environments, the longer we go, the larger those numbers become, and it really just becomes a chasing match between competitors within any particular component business. I want to talk about some things that affect reliability. Temperature. So it's a known fact that Emulex HBAs run 27 degrees Fahrenheit cooler than the nearest competitor. The big difference of running this much cooler is extremely significant. If you've been around the business for a while, you'll understand that one of the ways companies have been getting components as well as entire systems to run faster is to cool them better. Go back to the mainframe days. What were they doing with Cray supercomputers? They were liquid cooling these things. I worked for a company back in the 80s that was actually building CPU units inside of air conditioners. Now look at this in a practical application. On a hot day, why do we refer to the latter days of summer as the dog days of summer? Most people's imagery of a dog lying in the shade or somebody lying in the shade on a hot day to stay out of the heat is valid because on a hot day, even humans, living things, tend to run slower. Ever hear the term a brisk walk? What do you picture when I say that? A nice, cool, fast-paced walk on a crisp fall or winter day. So we know things run faster when it's cold, especially you guys out there in Minneapolis, and we know things run slower when they're hot, like my friends in southern Florida. In addition to that, components that run cooler last a lot longer. So how does that tie into performance? Well, there's something else that goes about within the industry, and it isn't just specific to us when it comes to performance. People like to throw out performance numbers. And we can throw out performance numbers, and somebody else can throw out performance numbers that negate our numbers. What really matters? If we're looking at a 4 gig SAN, we should be capable of running 4 gigabits per second. If we're running an 8 gig SAN, we should be able to do the same thing. Now we're looking at our latest product set, which is 10 gigabit enhanced Ethernet. We should be able to saturate that pipe. The real-world application doesn't always allow us to do that because we have things to consider. We have multiple users connecting to and running specific applications. We have file systems, we have auditing, we have shared storage, we have spindle latency. So there's many factors that can slow down the raw line rate performance. What we do here at Emulex to work on performance is we really apply this to efficiency. If we can be more efficient in the way the cards operate by taking advantage of technologies like MSIX, the way we better handle interrupts, by offloading tasks that can be done on board on the adapter from the CPU to allow that CPU more processing space for you to run your applications, then we've reached some of our efficiency goals.